Welcome to Yeshiva Daf Shir sponsor Nishma Sam Yaakov Shalom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding in Basra Daf Kuf Aleph. This is the Daf that will be learned by Hashem in the second day of Rosh Hashanah. A very more of a technical Daf and the measurements of the cave where they buried the Mesim, as we'll see now as we get to it. Zok the Mishnah. We start Daf Kuf with base in the bottom. Someone sold a place for his friend because he wants to create there a kever, a mokram of kvarim, where the family is buried as they used to do those days. As the Rashbam points out, the first Rashbam, just look inside, they wouldn't be buried in each one on his own. Each one, all the entire family was buried in one cave, each one in his own, kuch. Kuch means like a little hole within the cave. So therefore what? So it says, someone accepted himself to build a cave for his friend. Or he said, the inside of the Mara should be 4 by 6. She have 8 openings. 8 kuchim is like called the small rooms or small digs that he has into the cave, where that's the actual burial place, the actual cave. So what does it mean? So the Rashbam explains that maybe we'll say one more line over here. The length of the kuch is 4 amas. The height is 7 tvachim. With that kufal from down on top. And the width is 6. So what means 6? It's when you do you have your 6 tvachim, the size, says the Rashbam, if I have over here a mirror, according to this shita, according to the first opinion in the Mishnah, what's the size of the mirror? Is dalet al sheish. So if 6 amis is the size of the length of the mar. Into that 6 amis, I'm going to put into there 3 openings, each one 1 amma. How do I do it? So says the Rashbam, I basically do a half a ammo on the side of each opening. So I have your wall, which is 6 ammo. 6 ammo, I take half a ammo on the right, make an opening of ammo. Then I make in between one hole and the next hole, I made an ammo, half ammo to each side. And another opening of ammo. Another in the between of ammo, and another opening of ammo, and another half ammo to the end of the wall. So if I have a 6 ammo wall, I have 3 openings in between, and half ammo surrounding each one of the holes, sitting on the other side. And then what you have across there's 4 amas, right? Because the width of the mirror is 4 amas. So I get half ammo of a hole, ammo in between, ammo hole, and another half ammo. So total I have here 3 kuchim on the right, 3 kuchim on the left, 2 kuchim in the far end of the menorah. Together I have over here 8. And now we said over here that the length of the kuch is 4 amas. So why 4 amas? The height of a person is 3 amas, but I need a little more space for the coffin. Toys disagrees. There says no. 3 amas only until the shoulder. With the head, you need more, so that's why you need 4 amas over here. You need room in Shiva because the size of the urn is 1 amo. I want Shiva, I want another tefach, as the Rashbam says, to have a tefach in order to have a tefach above the coffin for the tumah not to go out. And here's a very long toises going into the Hilchos Tumah. When do we say the tumah brikas and when not? Now I'm going to go into it right now. Continues the Mishnah on the top of Kuf He says, no, you do 6 amas by 8. Not, we said before 6 by 4. 6 is the length, 4 is the width. He says, no, it's 8 is the length, 6 is the width. And you open into it 13 kuch, right? Because if I have 8 amo, so then how much holes do I have on each side? I have 4 on each side. The same cheshbon we had before. Half amo, 1 amo, half, and then you have full amo between the next 2 holes, and between the 2 holes, another opening, another amo, and so when I have 8 amo, I could put in there 4 holes. So I have 4 on each side. That is 8. And then across, I have 6 amo. So there, put there another 3. That brings it to 11. We say we have 13. So that's what the Mishnah says. Arba mikan v'arba mikan. Shloisha mikan, the 3 at the far end. One to the right of the opening, one to the left of the opening. What does that mean? So the Gemara is going to explain where exactly is the right and the left. That is, seems to be you have 2 extra ones. We understand very clearly where's the 11, 4, 4, and 3. But where's the extra 2? You have to have a chutzah, it's like almost a courtyard that's right in front of the menorah. In order that's before you go into the menorah, you have a place to stand. 6 al 6, 6 by 6. Kimla mito v'korvera, the size of the mito and the people that are taking the mito, so they have a place to be before they bury the mace. It's like the entrance to go into the biskars. You open 2 menorahs to there, one to one side, one to the other side, and then the other 2 sides is able to go in and out. Shimon says you can do 4 to the 4 edges. So that's what he says, you do 4 to the 4 edges. In other words, you have 4 different menorahs. How you exactly get into it? So this we see, this is going to come up in the Rishonim. You have the courtyard, which is a straight land, and then you have 4 menorahs which are a little lower. Right, the opening that goes a little lower, so I have where to go down, as we'll see a little bit in the Gemara, and that is the 4 openings. And according to Shimon, I do 4 on all the sides. Wasn't addressed a little bit. All depends on the seller. Shimon brings to explanation. Second explanation is that it really depends. If the seller, if the earth is strong enough, you can make more holes. If not, depends how much you can handle. So the Gemara, I need tray these extra 2, according to Rabbi Shimon, where do I put it? If it's to the outside, meaning if you're doing it towards where the chutzner is, so people are going to walk on it and going to ruin it. We also said that chutzner, the place where the people stand with the mace, nobody's buried underneath it, and therefore if someone is there, he's tar. So according to you, these extra 2 are going into the chutzner. What you do is, you don't make it a straight line, but you make it standing. The hole is a standing hole. In other words, the mace, instead of laying down, he's standing straight. Kimin Noga means like a vav, and that's where he is. As the Rishonim point out, the Shmuel says, you could have asked, but still, where does the Noga go? It goes into the chutzner, so it still takes away from the chutzner. So the Gemara says another question, a better question. So the Gemara of Kufav on base, first chamarim izu. To put a man standing, it's called first chamarim. It's a donkey way of burying, and that's not the way to bury. So the Gemara, according to Rabbi Yochanan, do Bekeren Zovis. What is Bekeren Zovis? So Rashbam's conclusion is the Keren Zovis means to the far end. You have here if you have over here on each side 4 kochim, 3 kochim at the far end, and there in that far end, you have a menorah, which is 8 by 6, in the edge, in the corners, that's where you put 2 new additional kochim. Says the Gemara, the kochim are touching each other. If you look at the picture of the Rashbam and the side over here, you see, because how much space do I have? I have half an am on the edge of the length, I have 4 holes, half am on the edge. And then on the far end, I have 6 amo, half am on the edge. If I open a kuch of amo, so it opens into the other ones, there's no space in between. Says the Gemara, you're right, we don't do it in the same level. We make it a little lower. The kuchim have an opening of 6 tefachim. You make it lower, you have more space to do it. If you don't say there's different levels of kuchim, how will you make 4 caves according to Rabbi Shimon? Hanage kuchim ladade. The kuchim are touching each other. The best way to see this is to go back to Amud Aleph and you look at the picture in the Rashbam, the second picture. That shows how the menorahs look according to Rabbi Shimon. If you see over there in the pictures, you see that, I'm going to show it to the camera over here, that when you look at the pictures over here, you'll see that the kuchim, just by the cheshbon of how you're doing the kuchim, they're touching each other. The menorahs, the way the kuchim go in, they're they're going into the kuch, which is on the other side. So Mishma, according to Rabbanan, they'd say there's only two me'aris, one on the right, one on the left. They don't touch each other. If out of all four, these kuchim will touch each other. The one on the north side and one on the east side. So, Ella, what do you have to say? Ella b'mamik, hachanami mamik. You have to say there's different levels of kuchim. When I read the Yeshua, I'm like, Abba me'aris lev shimin, da'avelu kicharusa. So you know what you do? You don't make the kuchim going straight lines. You make them going like charuso. That's when you open a lulav. That's how it goes. And that's the picture that you have in the bottom of the Rashbam. You basically make the kuchim go on an angle. And therefore you're able to do it. Says the Gemara, what he said doesn't work. We know when you have a square of amo, so how much is it on an angle? What's the diagonal of that square? It's 1 2/5. That's what comes out to be the cheshbon. So how much does it come out to be? So if I have over here that the me'oru is what? Right, according to that, what is the me'oru? Because the length of each me'oru is 8. 8 by 8 is 16. So what is going to be the angle, the diagonal of it, of 8 by 8? It's 8 plus times 1 2/5. It's 11 1/5. Right? Because if you do 8 times 1 2/5, right? So I have 8, and I add 2/5 of the 8, it comes out to be 11 1/5. Kuchi kamahavu, how many kuchim do we have? Tamniu, right? Because I have 4 in every wall. So the cave which is in the north has 4 kuchim come out of it. The cave in the east has 4 kuchim come out of it. You say they go like a charus, they go in an angle. So you want to put them in that angle of the 11 1/5. 1 second, but how many can I put? How many can I put? So he says, they can't put 8 and 11 1/2 because we know 11 1/5. You know it's supposed to be an alma in between. So if I have 8 and I have to add an alma in between, that's going to be at least, you have 8, you have 7 in between. That's 15 alma. To say that's the angle, that's not true. That's a beruso. That's what the Gemara says over here. Just the cheshbon of the 8 and 8 to get to 11 1/5. Look at the Rashbam. Shema says, "Akav lo karka shekois l'shtei amarot shebem yotzim chet kuchim kecharuso ches amos merubos have oisu karka boich b'sixom." It's 8 by 8. Chad shti chad erev. Tavel l'chsoino chet amos. If you go, what's going to be the diagonal? 8 amos v'tet zayin chumshin. 8 amos. You have 2 chumshin. What's a 2 chumshin? 2 chumshin is going to be a choymish of 8. So it's if you have for every 8, you take a choymish per 1. I have 2 chumshin. So I have 2 8s. I have 16 chumshin total. What is 16 chumshin? Divide 16 chumshin to 5. So you have over here 3, right? 3 in a choymish, which means from 8 you get to 11 in a choymish. So that's what the Gemara says you won't get to it. V'yibaiseimu says the Gemara. Says the Gemara, V'yibaiseimu kedom av sheish abri Davidi benifli acharayim benifli. Another answer, you answer. What was one right to say? The Gemara said that I have a problem. Where exactly do I put this extra 2? The Gemara says the extra 2, I'm going to put it in the angles. What about the fact that it's touching the other virus? I make it in different levels. Like Rav Shimon, I have to make it different levels. So we have another solution. You know what do you do with these extra 2? You use them for nifalim. Nifalim means the babies that were in a miscarriage. So they're very small. They don't need a lot of space. So that's what you use it over there. If you look at Rosh Hashbam, this will end. You make only half amo. Let's just, because he goes into another pshat over here. So he says, because it's so short, so it's not so big, it's not going to ruin the one mitzidoi. So the also she was teaching us whenever you build a kever, you had 2 kuchim. He's putting there a nice amount of kuchim. He's putting here 11 kuchim besides it. In addition, out of every 11, you put 2 for nefalim. That's what you do also when you have the noras that are attaching to each other. So that answers the question before as well. If I have 4 noras and the 4 edges, so they're going to each other. No, the kuchim that go out are very short. They're made for the falim, and therefore they don't bother. And that's what the Gemara concludes this part of the where are these extra two kuchim that we have in the Mehara. With this we end this daf. We'll continue from here, Beis Hashem, in the next daf. Kol Tov.